again, it's on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite weekly conversation. It's Opinionation. Yeah, it is with your man's Kendo Mickens. What's up, Kenny?
What it look like? I'm here.
Apocalyptic in some places, paradise in others. Hassan McCullough is also in the building.
Chilling. What's up, cracking?
Got any
What's
watermelon? Got any watermelon?
good? You know, I got some watermelon always somewhere hiding.
Okay.
Nearby. Always love to cook. Do a fancy watermelon.
Hey, watermelon at the what? At the ready. Kenny, this man is eating watermelon on screen.
Hey, listen. I thought Biggie Smalls told you don't get high on your own supply.
Wow. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, the gentleman Elliot Young in the building. Elliot,
what's going on, fellas? What's happening?
How are you, man?
Doing wonderful, man.
Good to hear. Listen, let's jump right into it. I got a topic this week, and I want us to delve into it. This week's topic, I should say, identity theft. Identity theft. Hassan McCullough?
Yes.
Who are you?
I'm Hassan McCullough.
What's your identity? How do you identify? Are you them, they, y'all?
My pronouns you talking about?
I mean, I don't know. Do you deal with all that? How do you identify? That's the question. Who are you?
I'm Hassan, Indigenous American. From Pasadena.
From where?
Pasadena. You know where Pasadena is? Okay. California.
Okay.
God, Juice Man.
So God is from Pasadena?
God, like God. I am a God consciousness,
So God consciousness is from Pasadena?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What came first, the Pasadena or the consciousness?
No. I would say the consciousness, man. The love came first.
So then it can't be from Pasadena then. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Am I being... I'm just saying.
What?
I'm just saying.
All right. Okay.
Elliot Young.
What's going on?
How art thou and who are ye?
I'm Elliot. Just a father, a brother, a man, a Memphian.
A Memphian.
A Memphian, no doubt.
I like
Memphian.
Kendo Mickens. Yeah. How do you describe yourself, man? How do you identify? Are you Shem, them, y'all?
Well, I don't do them. I have a limited number of thems and theys, so I try not to use too many of those. So I'm gonna go father, son, brother, husband, grill master.
Master.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's in there. That's part of my identity.
You identify as a grill master?
Yes, sir. I like to tell people I keep a bag of charcoal in my trunk just in case somebody want that smoke.
Wow.
Okay, I get it. Have you grilled some rabbit?
I have never grilled rabbit, but I bet you it would fit on my grill.
Did you say wabbit? Wabbit? Can you grill some wabbit?
Rabbit.
Wow. Hey, that's let me ask you something, Hassan.
What's up,
actually,
man?
You know what? No, let me not ask you first. Elliot.
What's up?
How would you feel if some man around your age started mimicking you, acting like you, like he saw the way you dress, he started dressing like you, he started cutting his hair like you, he saw the way he listened to the way you talk, so he took your mannerisms and your tone. Like how would you feel about somebody mimicking you in close proximity like that?
That would agitate me on a high level.
Why? Isn't that flattery? Aren't you flattered?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay.
It's like find your own identity. You know, this
Oh.
I spent 47 years to evolve to be this. You know, I don't need you taking the cheat code to be who you think
Oh.
you are. You know,
Oh.
in comparison
Oh.
to me.
Kendo Mickens, how would you feel about such mimicry being performed upon you? You know, you're the grill master. What if somebody like set up shop right next to your grill, started grilling like you, had their bucket hat on like you? You understand me? They went and bought utensils just like yours. Like, how do you feel about? They started calling
Well,
people cuz like you do.
well, the first thing I would say, you know, like they say, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Oh, you like it?
And no, I would be okay with it at first, but then I would tell them, you got to find your lane. You know,
Oh.
like this lane I've been riding in.
This
This
lane
lane
pretty
is
is your
good.
your
lane.
lane. This
Lane.
lane
This
is
lane is
my lane. From
mine.
From hold up,
California
from
to New
Pasadena
York.
to Philly town. So you got to
That's
find
funny.
your lane.
It's
You know,
wild.
you can emulate somebody to a point, but you
Right.
gonna lose yourself trying to be them.
Ooh,
I
hold
can be a good me.
that point right there. Can someone mark it in the timestamp? Because that we're going to come back to that point that Kendo Mickens just made a little later on in the show. We're
He's
going to circle back to that.
okay.
Hassan, how would you feel about such
Yes, sir.
mimicry and do what I do isms? If someone just started coming around you cutting watermelon the way you cut watermelon, you understand me? Started talking about shadow work the way you talk about shadow work. So, you know what I mean? Like started twisting their hair like you. You know what I mean? Like how would you feel about that? Would you be flattered by such?
I would. Sincerely, I would.
Wow.
I would.
Is that the narcissism
Because
in you?
I mean, it just if that's the love that I have for myself. If somebody want to be like me and want to do something to copy me, I'm like, damn, I must really do something for this person for them to copy me.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Okay.
period. Like,
Okay. Hassan, I see you.
I
Hassan, bring
mean,
them back.
I'll
I
be
say,
like, damn, they want to
welcome
be
to the
just like
mimicry.
me.
And so the
I'm,
mimicry is okay.
to a certain degree, yes, I would say it's okay. I say it's okay. Okay, I say it's okay. Just the mimicry. Okay.
Now I can handle it for my sons, and my sons wanted to mirror, you know, certain behaviors and patterns. I'm cool with that.
Well, sure, that's your direct. Those are your seeds. That's what they literally supposed to do. And if you
Right.
get squares, so yeah, no, but we're talking about somebody from the world,
And no sir.
just come into my life. Check this out,
Never heard that
Kenny.
song.
Do you have
Yeah.
an ethnicity, Kenny? And if you have an ethnicity, can you please tell me what it is?
I'm going to say that I am African American or black.
Oh,
You know, I like the term black
wow.
because it
I'm
scares
black,
people a
y'all.
little bit.
I'm black, y'all.
Wait a
I'm
minute, why?
blackity black, and
I'm
I'm
blacky
black,
black,
y'all.
black. That's right,
You
CB4
said because
style.
it scares people?
Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, you know,
Does it though?
I've actually used that every now and then,
This is wild.
where you saying, "Hey, listen, you dealing with the righteous black man, but don't let me unleash the other dude.
Oh,
Like
the savage.
that gorilla is sitting in the midst.
Oh, he's in there.
Oh,
So,
Oh, he's
yeah,
in there.
so sometimes
in the
you know
mist.
you gotta put that blackness out there and wave a hand or two to let them know, you know, I'm right near that edge.
So you're using social
Literally.
constructs for savage intentions.
If you know how to do it,
Very
you
intelligent.
sometimes
Actually,
have to.
it's very intelligent because you're using a social construct so that you don't have to use violence. That's
Without a doubt.
that's almost admirable. Okay.
Mhm.
Elliot Young, who art thou? What is thou ethnicity?
Well, I'm gonna go, but I have known, you know, I'm a black man,
Oh, you
American.
can never be a better brand. I'm sorry. Those little PE Tourette's. Sorry.
Well, I'll just keep, that's what I've been indoctrinated to know. And I haven't researched or studied to differ. So this is what I understand.
Black as an ethnicity. A very interesting concept. Black
as
an ethnicity.
But certain people are lost people. We don't know what our true,
Somebody said the lost tribe of Israel lives around here. Somebody said that. I heard somebody saying that the lost tribe of Israel lives around these parts and don't really know themselves because they've been taken away. Now, I just heard that. I didn't make that up, but I've heard it a few times.
Now, that's something
McCullough.
That's something to, it's either to just fail or to, dig deeper into.
Oh, we like to dig around here. Hey, Hassan.
Ditches. What's up, homie? What's up? Who did it?
See if you did your shadow work on this. What's your ethnicity, bro?
You already know that I am Indigenous America.
Now,
Indigenous America
exactly?
from the Americas.
Indigenous America. Now, what is America?
America is this continent that we live on.
Oh, you
the
sound
Americas,
like
Turtle Island.
You beaming up.
To be exact.
Oh, got some audio.
Give us that one again, Hassan.
Sounds like you got some audio problems, buddy.
Give us that one again, Hassan.
Turtle Island, America's Turtle Island. The Indigenous Americans from Turtle Island.
So you're an indigenous person from Turtle Island.
Yes, this is Turtle Island.
This is Turtle Island.
The island of the Miss Khalifa, the island full of
island of Wiz Khalifa.
Miss Khalifa. I mean, Queen Khalifa. Sorry, Queen Khalifa. That's where the California gets their name from. Queen, she is not. She's a Moor queen that used to be one of the rulers of California.
Oh, okay.
Miss Queen Khalifa.
Queen Khalifa. Okay.
Queen Khalifa.
Okay. So you are an indigenous inhabitant of Queen Khalifa's land.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
And that's your ethnicity. You're Khalifa.
Well, no, my ethnicity will be indigenous because indigenous is my ethnicity is based on my landmass. I am from the Americas, indigenous to the Americas, which is my landmass.
The Americas are the landmass. That's what you call it.
The Americas.
Okay.
It's the landmass. Like Japan, Japanese. I am indigenous America from America.
How do you know? How do you know that's what you are?
How do I know?
Yep. Oh, that was a nice pause. That was like.
If I was born here.
Are we meditating now? Are we in meditation? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to make sure if I was born here, family is from here. That means I would be from here. I don't know any other place to be from because I am from here and my lineage is from here.
That sounds
could travel too.
That sounds solid. Like you've been here most of your life. This is where you first got consciousness. So it would make sense for you to feel like this is your indigenous land. Like that makes sense to me, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Elliot, how do you know? How do you know that you're Black American? Like how do you know that?
Well, I can look in the mirror and I can, see the color of my skin.
Well, you're not Black. We're going to recircle back because we know you're not Black.
I do know that, but like I say, under the construct, until
So why don't you call yourself a constructionist? You see, like if we're going to build an ethnicity, a part of your ethnicity should be a constructionist.
Well, I'm American, that's my ethnicity.
I even like Kenny's idea, collective conformist constructionist. I'm a selective conformist constructionist. That's my ethnicity. Wow. Selective conformist constructionist is my ethnicity.
That's the new one.
Delve into hypocrisy, that's part of life and living.
Well, because ultimately I'm selecting, okay, well, I want to be black, or I want to be African American, or I want to be indigenous, or I want to be fucking.
Ooh, this is true.
Like, you know, like we're selecting our what Chad do you want to pick? I pick. Meanwhile, weirdos like me are looking at the whole world like, you say you what now? What you say you is? Oh, that's what you okay. Everybody's something. And then a lot of what we are has been told to us. Just we haven't even like made our own little statements in the world. We've been told what we are, or we've checked the Chads. We haven't carved out our own little. But let's keep going though. This is just an exercise, guys. Just an exercise. Let me ask you this: what separates ethnicity? Like, what makes you black or white? It seems kind of obvious, but what makes you Italian or Irish? What? What?
I would say your culture
Right.
and your upbringing. You know, we can talk about things that are constructs and things like that, but there are certain rituals and rites and
okay with the rituals. I hear you with the rituals, Kenny.
well, I mean,
shadow work.
Well, the fact that people,
You're right.
you know,
You're
you could
right.
be talking about. I have a ritual of, or not myself, but some people have a ritual of first person through the door on New Year's need to be a male and walk all the way to the kitchen. That
I
you
ain't
know,
never heard of that. Oh wow, I ain't never heard of that. Okay.
Certain I hadn't either until well into my adulthood, but apparently that's one of them things that our parents and grandparents grew up with. For some, it's I need to be eating black-eyed peas or collard greens. You know, it's certain things that you grew up with that make you.
So you're saying culture is an identifier of ethnicity,
Right.
Absolutely.
It's like
Absolutely.
you know, like what country you go to, what sports that they rally behind. Like in America, football and basketball and baseball. And you go elsewhere, it's cricket. Or it could be soccer
or football.
Exactly.
But to that point, Elliot, are those organic attributes of culture, or are those kind of just like, I don't know Jerry Jones, and I don't know that I would ever want to be real cool with Jerry Jones from the pictures I've seen back in the day. You understand? But he is one of the kings of culture around these places. And a guy like Kenny likes his team. A guy like Kenny over here likes Jerry Jones's team.
That's where that selective conformity comes in.
Oh, it's very selective. That is,
it really is.
Get real, right there, Kenny. You get real selective right there. Like, look at Kenny.
Well, I mean, not just there. I mean, when you look at it and you take everything as a whole, some of the things we deal with and the people we deal with, if you really think about it, we really should be, when we see what you call a white American or Caucasian, we should almost be absolutely running in the other direction.
Oh,
we should absolutely be running in the other direction.
Thing, Kenny?
But
why would you say
because because we do have selective conformity. You're like, all right, I'm a maybe deal with this dude at the grocery store, at the hospital, at the school, delivering my mail. So you definitely conform in certain ways. So it's not and part of liking those teams is part of that conformity.
Hey, does anyone know what a $5 Indian is?
Yeah.
Well, Elliot, what is a $5 Indian to your best recollection?
In Oklahoma, they had that law of land or something like that, land rights. If you had a certain percentage of Indian in you, and so a lot of quote unquote white individuals from Oklahoma claim to be Indians and to get rights of land, and they call them, I believe, the $5 Indian, correct?
because they paid $5 for such a
Right.
privilege. Oh.
Right.
Is that like not identity theft? Isn't that like the very epitome of identity theft?
Playing the game, isn't it?
Oh, golly.
Is that playing the game or manipulating the
Oh, is that
Playing-
cheating?
Just
game? Oh,
everything.
there's definitely a cheat code in there.
I mean, I think Kenny makes the point. Is that playing the game or is that playing the game out?
Well, you create the laws so you could have the laws work to your advantage. That's the game.
That
American
is.
game.
They've definitely done that.
That's the game within the game. Hassan, Mr. McCullough, Mr. Monroe, Mr. Monroe. Hassan Monroe, hello, are you there?
Please don't tell me that boy done ate that watermelon and fell asleep.
Yeah, he done fell out.
Please don't
Ate
tell
that
me. We ain't
watermelon.
going with that. We ain't going with
What's
that
up?
cliche of culture, are we?
You
he
guys
got-
don't hear me? You guys
We
don't
can
hear
hear
me?
you now. We can hear you now. Hassan,
No,
are you a $5 Indian?
no, I'm not. Not white.
Well, you said you indigenous and stuff, and you was like, I was just making sure you weren't one of these imposter
In-
indigenous people.
Oh, well, those are natives, to be honest. They would be natives. They're not indigenous because they migrated from the Bering Strait to come over here, and they consider the natives. But they also the people who came from the Bering Straits and the indigenous people had sex, which made the real Indians, really the natives, is them having sex. They created they created the Native Americans.
So you're
in a
saying
sense.
some folk were already here, and you're calling them indigenous, yeah?
The one that was here was indigenous, and the
then
people
you
that
saying
came
some
over
folks
here,
came over the Bering Strait,
yeah,
and you're calling them what?
those were the Asians.
Oh,
But then those Asians and the indigenous people had sex. And they created the natives or the Native Americans with the Asian eyes and darker skin and stuff like that.
You're just calling out people body parts and everything. All right. Wow. All right. We getting into it. Well, okay.
That's how that happened.
What happens
So
when
they
your
were
identity
families.
gets
They
stolen?
They were like families.
Kenny,
Yeah.
what happens when your identity gets stolen? Like, if somebody is literally walking around like you, saying that they're your family name, even, like, how do you get your identity back? What do you do? Do you just become something else? Has that ever happened?
It's very
before?
hard in that. It's hard in that sense because when you're talking about stealing your identity in that direction, and they have laws that help them, like you said, the $5 Indian. So they have laws that help them. It would be hard to get your identity back because you're basically going into their court where they already is saying we giving them a handicap.
Isn't it their court part? Isn't that the whole ball game? Anytime you're going into their implies ops. So you're going into the ops court, their court. Isn't that already the issue?
That is. And that's the rub.
Yeah. Yeah.
Elliot, and that is exactly the rub.
How do you go about getting your identity back if your identity is stolen, Elliot, from your culture to your name to your religion to your spirituality? Someone stole your whole identity. Somebody walking around acting like they you, Elliot. Somebody walking around. Listen, Elliot is a certain kind of being, and somebody out here walking around like they Elliot. How do you get that back? What do you do about that? Do you tell them that they're not you? What do you do?
Oh, you definitely have to confront the situation.
Oh,
that's the thing, and work like heck to reestablish. Really, you don't have to reestablish. You just gotta, cut the tip of the weed that's trying to perpetrate.
Wow.
Say that again. Hassan, are you with us, Hassan?
Say that again.
Okay.
I am
thought you were
here.
saying amen.
Elliot said something very profound.
Yeah, he did.
He said, confront the people.
Uh-oh.
Confront the people who stole your identity.
Oh. What's that?
And
What's
then
that
he also
conversation
said
look
something.
like?
He also said something else too. Leave
That's
them
where that
alone.
scary, and that's
Did he
when
say?
that scary black presence helps out.
Hey, kid.
Did,
First of all, okay, well, ain't nobody stealing your black identity because, like, first of all, black's not
That's
real.
not true
Black's not, well, that's not, you're right. That's not true. There's tons of folks
because
trying to act, quote unquote, black. But the funny thing is, black is not even real. So it's like, what are you trying to
how
act
many?
like?
But hold on, how many things do we have to come up with? We came up with a handshake. You come over, give your boy a pound, boom. All of a sudden, your handshake became lock it in, turn it over, flip it
Yeah.
up, blow it
Yeah.
up, boom.
Yeah.
Now we had to go back to we did the intricate thing, and then they stole that. So now we went back to let me just give my man a pound, let me just give him a dap. So you
Kenny,
constantly got to keep reinventing.
So wouldn't your younger brother want to be like his older brother? Wouldn't you want to be that? Do you understand how
I know his younger brother.
old you are compared to the other ones that's copying you?
I know
people
his
that
younger
copy you.
brother.
Saying, Hassan, and I've thought about that.
That's what the thing is.
I have thought about
the
that.
indigenous people have been in this world so much longer. So why wouldn't the people try to copy them?
Oh,
It's not that they try to copy.
They do.
It's when they first tell you you're no good, or that's the worst.
this is the part.
I'm gonna give you an example.
This is the part right here.
They used to tell us, "Oh, we have this big lips and big behinds."
This is the part right
That's
here.
the worst, huh?
Keep going. I'm saying amen. Amen.
They used to tell us we have these big lips and big behinds. You look terrible. That's the worst thing in the world. Now
But
all
whose
of a
fault was
sudden,
that? It was the other.
No, let him get to the point. Let him get to the point. Go ahead. Go ahead, Kenny.
Then they started to say, when they discovered that they can medically grow these things, it became in fashion. It became, look at my lips. Look at my big behind. Look how beautiful
Kenny.
I am.
Preach, Pastor. Preach, Pastor.
And now we're like, hold on, we've been rocking the big lips and big behinds for a long time. Like, we never had them body images or self-conscious images. And they now say, oh, it's acceptable. They keep moving the goalposts.
The goalposts.
They construct the goalposts. You keep talking about constructs. They construct the goalposts
and then move it.
They move it. So how do you deal with that?
But wait, they construct the goalposts and put your ethnicity with the goalposts, and then take They take the goalposts and your ethnicity away and move it and say, well, what we said was bad is now good with the goalposts. And yeah, we good with this over here, but okay. I got a good question for you, Elliot.
All right.
Are the people currently living in Northern Africa originally from there?
Well, see, they were invaded. So when they had the warfare, the individuals who won and the individuals that lost, they started to procreate, and this is what we have. This is what
then
we
they
see.
can say they're from that area now, even though
And say they are.
Their lineage isn't from there.
Well, you just gotta. Well, it could go back to Italy. Back to all the other countries north of Africa. But there was warfare.
Okay.
And so it's part of warfare.
Kendall Mickens.
Yes, sir.
Are the people currently living in Northern Africa originally from there?
Well, just like Elliot said, it's been mingled so much.
Oh.
It's hard to say who was original, or it's actually not hard to say.
Oh,
You can say no, but the people will swear they were because they've ingrained themselves to the point where you see them. We in a real what you see right now type of world.
right.
Well,
So most
North-
people ain't gonna dig deep and look. So
Yeah,
they
that's like-
see what they see right now, and yes, they'll take that to be it was always that way.
Well, think about North Philly. You know, when you all claim North Philly, but take it 150 years ago, were there black people in North Philly? You
Well,
know
there
what I'm saying?
probably
You
were
know,
150
it's funny
years
you
ago.
say that. It's certain parts that
No, there
Philly
definitely
keeps
were
changing.
150 years ago. But if you say 500 years ago, I get your point. Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Philly keeps changing. It's 1 minute is Philly is neighborhood. So 1 minute this neighborhood is predominantly black, and then the next minute is gentrified. You know that.
Now
that's a
earlier
word
though, we spoke about Kenny. Earlier, we spoke about culture, how culture is created, the signs of culture. You know, one of the signs of culture of an indigenous land is how the people look. No?
definitely.
Oh, okay. Well, let's
Really?
circle back to that. We'll get back to that. Hassan,
Really? Oh,
Hassan,
hold on. Yes,
Hassan.
yes, I'm here.
The question is, bro, are the people currently living in Northern Africa originally from there?
No, they're not.
What you mean?
They're the travelers.
Oh,
You know, the travelers.
who's traveling?
What do you call that? The nomads, the travelers. That's what they were. The nomads, travelers.
Travelers are like
Arabs.
Arabians.
Arabs.
That's what they call
The
Arabians.
Arabs. The Arabs are considered travelers. They're
Right,
nomads.
Arabs, Arabians, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so they
No.
were traveling through the desert and they happened upon the top of Africa, is what you saying?
Something like that.
So is Africa a country of melanated people or no? Do I got that confused?
It used to be called Kemet, the land of the blacks.
Yeah, because Kemet means black, right? That
Black.
word, we're back to
Land
that
of the
word
black.
again. So if Kemet means black, and that's the oldest name we know for Africa or Egypt rather, is that the
Right.
and if that means black, and then we see that the pyramids, you know, we see that they have etchings of black folk and all. How then does Africa today, at the top of Africa, look like France?
That's years of, other people. Years of other people coming.
So if Israel, this you know, guys, you know what I'm doing. I mean, what you want?
Okay.
If
Okay.
Israel is in Africa, which is where it is,
Right.
and Africa is known as Kemet, which is the word black. Again, why does Israel look like France?
Then
We quiet, everybody quiet, everybody good.
Nobody ever. Well, like you said, when you have sometimes through war,
No.
sometimes through
Force.
you had wars, you had people just settling in, people moving on.
No.
Now all of a sudden it became this is they staked their flag and people were like, oh yeah, they are from there. Or this is what it always looked like.
Oh. Even though the pyramids got the pyramids like hundreds of thousands of years old, and the people.
Hey, listen, not just the pyramids. Some of those temples over there is funny you mention that. Some of the temples I've seen over there still have the color. Thousands of years later, you can see the color still in there, and the people, and almost like their snapshot.
Yeah.
Is still saying, hey, listen, this is what we
us.
originally looked like.
This is us. So it's profound that the evidence of the truth is literally written on the wall. You know, that's that old saying, the writing's on the wall.
The
It's
writing is
literally
on the
written
wall.
on the walls, stone walls that are, those are. And we know that a place called Africa is a continent full of melanated people. Just like you would say China. What would you call China? You would say China is full of Chinese people, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And Chinese people have a look. Are we crazy to say that?
Now they do. Yes, they do. Because the original was were dark skinned.
Come on, set the record
The
straight.
original ones were dark skinned though.
Easy.
Yeah. All
So
the
then,
people were
how
dark.
did if let me ask you a question. If everything started off melanated, how do you get certain people talking about they chosen if it's not all the melanated people? Ooh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Let me do it again. How, if everything started off melanated and seeded the whole world, do you then get a sect of chosen ones that are not melanated? If everything started off melanated, the chosen would have to have started off melanated. How do you get chosen ones that are not melanated? How does that work? I mean, if we're going to play that game, if we're playing the chosen ones game, Elliot, come on, help me out. If we're going to play the chosen ones game, how do you get the chosen ones that are not melanated when everything started off melanated?
That's a very valid point.
I'm just curious. Are questions bad? That's what got me out of Christianity. That's what made me not Republican or Democrat. Because questions, questions illuminate stuff.
Well,
Yeah. You require response.
is that not more the people who change that and start rewriting things
that's why you down to
like
the nitty gritty of the why.
I was sitting there, I'm watching TV, and then they start telling me that Cleopatra was more Caucasian looking. So, they, like I said, they constantly try to change the goalposts and move things. So
they would have, listen, the they that we speak of, Kenny, would have the world believe that Israel and Egypt are in the Middle East. First of all, the Middle East of what? Second of all, they're in Africa. Anyone can just pull up the map of Africa on their phone and you'll see right at the top of Africa, Egypt and Israel. And then if you really want to get really technical, guys, and really like strange, Elliot,
I'm right here.
the continent of Africa stretches all the way to Asia. If you want to get really dumb and technical, Kenny, I don't know if Kenny, you're a world traveler. Kenny, you can walk from Cape Town, which is South Africa, to Beijing, homie. Yes, you can. You can walk from Cape Town to Beijing. There is a landmass that connects all of Africa to Europe. It's one landmass.
Hassan just told you that there was a reason that those Chinese were darker complected.
Yes.
So someone took that walk.
Yes, they did.
Someone took that walk.
Yes, they did.
And settled in and spread from there, and
it's wild out here.
Through through mingling, through
sex,
the sun, through through environment. Environment can change things.
Sure.
So maybe you're no longer getting that nourishment and getting that vitamin D from the sun. So now your skin ain't as dark as it was. And through years and generations,
it's a higher
you start to get that copy. That copy don't copy the same. Once you start getting to that 100
you're talking about a mutation. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, it's basically a mutation because it might start in a certain spot.
It changes from the original. That's a mutation.
It definitely did. I mean, if it wasn't, then the whole world would still be dark skinned.
Bong. There we have. There we have. Elliot.
The phone went out. Can you?
Are you there, bro?
Yeah. Can you repeat it?
Yeah. Listen, what is the point of identity distinction if we're supposed to be one in the first place? Like, if we all supposed to be one and get down and kumbaya and one God, and all, what's the point of all this? I'm Irish and I'm Lebanese and whatever he.
Good question.
As Kenny stated, not the
That's
culture.
not my phone. That's
Elliot, start over, man.
Hassan.
You sounded like you went through the windmill. Go ahead, start over again. Go ahead.
Your culture. How by your culture? You know, everybody has a different way of living, and so it's just tied. It's a subgroup of identifiers, and you know, it's tied to your culture.
A subgroup of identifiers. Very interesting.
What separates you from someone else? What do you do that differentiates you from others?
Hassan,
People
Mr.
take
Peace
pride.
and Love, Mr. Watermelon, Peace and Love, Hassan. Can you come up from your cantaloupe for a minute, homie? What is the point of distinction in ethnicity, homie? If we're supposed to be one, you know, like, you know, one love is what Bob Marley said.
To separate the people. If you
So
have all these
what's
isms, racism,
What's the point of being black and white? Well, why would you be black or white if we're supposed to be one?
That's how you could create the system of division.
Oh,
I mean, money creates division.
why do we
Color
need to be
creates
divided?
division.
We can't do all this shit and be together.
It's ego.
Sex.
Ego as people.
Well, that's how you can control the people, by creating division. That's how you create the people. I mean, control the people. Because that's all it's about. That's what all the different religions is about, to control the people. Have
But
differences.
you still, even without someone trying to control people, you're going to separate yourself anyway.
No, you wouldn't. You don't know. You don't know that at all. That's what we were created. So you don't know if we will be separated at all.
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's the social construct. No, that's the social construct that was created for us to follow.
Kids do it naturally on the playground. The fast.
No, they
kids,
don't. Look, the kids that. Well, go ahead.
Hold on, Hassan. He might be making a point here.
What
you saying, Elliot?
The fast kids hang with the fast kids. The kids that pick flowers, they hang with.
Look, you see Hassan? Wait, you see Hassan laughing? Elliot, you know why Hassan's laughing? Because that's how you met Hassan. Y'all were both fast kids, and he knows that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He knows that.
We're naturally going to do it regardless. It's just.
I don't think that's necessarily true, because everybody still attracts.
Hey, Hassan, let me ask you something, Hassan. Do you hang around with niggers?
No, I don't.
Exactly, motherfucker. Stop playing with me. Exactly. There's a person you call a nigger that you
know some of them, but I don't mess. No,
you're gonna call them a name, and that name becomes a culture because everybody identifies them as this group, and that's a culture. Over time, it becomes your culture.
Niggers are an ethnicity.
Their ethnicity.
Niggas, y'all can't even say shit because it's like, damn.
Is that an ethnicity?
In a way, niggers are an ethnicity. Damn. Now, Negus is another ethnicity. Wouldn't you say, Hassan?
Yeah, I say that too. As well.
Yeah. So niggers with the hard ERS. Oh yeah, there's a fucking ethnicity. I can name some niggers. I can name Negus also. Yeah. There is get yourself up on it. If you don't know the word N-E-U-S, ladies and gentlemen, go check it out. There is Negus, and then there's niggers. Yeah. Facts. It's like Republicans and Democrats. Yeah. Now, if we could get the Negus and the niggers together, that's what they don't want to happen. Yeah. Kenny.
I'm here.
Give us some closing words, bro. Are you nigger or negus? What ethnicity are you?
Well, again, I told you, you're dealing with the righteous black man.
Oh.
But I keep that nigga in the back background in case I need him
Wow. So
every now and then.
So you're an African American. Your identity is African American with a nigger in the background. Is what you're saying?
It's like 23andMe say you 23% or you 1% this. I'm gonna go. I got 10, 15,
This brother said 20.
maybe 20%.
Hey man, don't let them colonizers have your DNA, brother. That's all
I
I'm
know
saying.
how to code switch into, that other dude. If
Wow.
I know how to code switch, you know what I mean? If I need to go call on that ball and do a little hand clap and say, hey, listen, dog.
Throw the hat up in the air
And go mumble mouth on the dude. You know what I mean?
Mumble mouth.
You go mumble mouth like, listen, motherfucker, I'm tired.
Hey yo.
I'm tired, motherfucker.
Hey yo. On that note, Elliot Young, yeah, Kenny done left the building. Hey, he done went mumble mouth on these cats. Elliot, give us some words on identity and identity theft. You said you'd be uncomfortable with somebody taking your identity and mimicking you walking around here.
Oh, no doubt. It took a lot of effort, a lot of a time to become who I became.
To become you.
That's right. It took a lot of work. So I wouldn't appreciate somebody that could just try to mirror me just off the whim. That just wouldn't fly well with me. Yeah. So stay in your own lane, find your own identity. Be true to who you are. Be true to you.
There it is. There it is, in a nutshell, wrapped right up in a bow for all of you to know. Be true to who you are. But it seems to be some lucrativity. There seems to be some monetary value to claiming other folks' ethnicity. And I think that's where the rub starts. It's like some folks use other people's identity to get money, literally.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. All right. Identity theft. Watch your backs. Stay true to you. That is the word. We will see you again. Kendo, can you tell them where they can find you?
On some of the social medias, Kenny_Kendu L and Kenny Mickens on Facebook.
Yeah. Elliot,
keeping my identity, keeping the gorilla in the midst.
Yeah.
No doubt. Instagram and Facebook, Elliot Young in Memphis.
Elliot Young, and yo, Hassan, he got beamed up. But go check that weedjuice.com. All right. Watermelon weed juice out here is top of the line. Go cop that. All right. And until next time, we will see you again on Opinionation.
Deuces.